Hello everybody, my name is Lola-butterflie Vicarious. You can just call me Lola, that's fine. I want to talk to you guys about the S-Shape Ultrasonic Cavitation Machine from MyCHway or MyCHway. I'm not sure how you say it, but that company. And I just want to tell you my thoughts on the machine, what it was like ordering from the company, and whether or not I recommend that you give them your business. I am a newly certified body contouring specialist. I have several years of experience as a physical therapy assistant many years ago. So with that being said, I was already kind of familiar with the technology and the machines that are being used. So if you've already used an ultrasound or anything like that, it probably won't be hard for you to learn. I am certified, but in Texas, Houston, Texas, where I live, I don't think you have to be. But I personally thought it was important to get the certification. I just think credentials are important. Let me see, what else? Okay, so let me just cut to it. I started the ordering process about a month ago. I've had the machine now for, I guess, maybe almost 2 weeks, but I started ordering about a month ago. In the beginning, I will say that it was very hard to find a company that I felt like I could trust, because all of the machines were being sold from overseas. They were companies that I just didn't really feel comfortable. I contemplated ordering from Amazon. I think for months I had certain machines sitting in my basket. I saw what most other body contouring specialists were using, you know, the cute purple and pink ones and things like that. But I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't end up ordering from Amazon. So I had to keep doing more research, and all of the companies that you could buy the machines directly from were all overseas, and that's just something that made me feel uneasy. I'm always scared about doing that because if there's a problem, how do you resolve it when you're dealing with people in a whole other country? Anyway, I came across MyCHway, and I saw that they had a very large online presence, and they were very popular. And then of course I went to reviews. The reviews were kind of hit and miss. Some were really good, some were not so great. And anytime I see a negative review, it just always sends up a red flag. Even if it's just one person, it just bugs me because I don't want to be the second person to go through hell trying to order from one of these companies. Anyway, I decided to go ahead and order from them, and the process at first was very easy. They were very polite, they were very professional, they were very patient because I had a ton of questions. And they answered them all. I went ahead and ordered, and the delivery was, well, the first question that I asked was, how long would delivery take? And the person that I spoke with told me about 7 days. I don't know if they meant it would take 7 days to process the order, and then it would take maybe 2 weeks after that. But it was a little longer than 7 days. By day 3, 4, or 5, I hadn't received any tracking number or anything like that. That made me even more uncomfortable. So I contacted the company on their the chat on their website. If you go to www.mychway.com, they have a little chat box that pops up when you go to their website. So I contacted them through that. This is how I did the transaction. And I asked them, I'd like an update or a status update on my order. I haven't received any tracking information or anything like that. I'd like to know what's going on with my order. The person that I spoke with told me that it hadn't been shipped yet, but it would probably be shipping in the next few days. And I was like, I'm really not comfortable with this. I was already freaking out. I was like, I want to cancel my order. And they were like, please, just give us a few more days, we'll get it shipped out to you immediately. And I was still like, no, I want a refund. I'm not comfortable. Just go ahead and give me my money back. And she was like, please, I promise you, we will ship it out tomorrow if you would just give us, a chance. And I thought, I'm like, okay, maybe I am, being a bit dramatic. Maybe I should just go ahead and give them a little bit more time. It is coming all the way from China, so I went ahead and said, okay, fine. If I don't receive a tracking number by tomorrow, I am going to contact you again and I want a refund. That night, I was able to get a tracking number. By the next day, I could follow the package. So that made me feel more comfortable. Now, once I got the tracking number, the shipping process was super quick. I had it like within a week. When the machine arrived, it was in perfect condition. It was packaged nicely and safely. There was nothing wrong with it externally that I could see. I put it together. The assembly is super easy. You don't have to be a tech genius or anything like that. It's really easy to put together. It's really just screwing on this acrylic mount here on the back. Now when I got it put together, I wanted to hurry up and test it. I couldn't wait to try it. So as I was using it, I realized that it doesn't feel warm. The RF is supposed to get like warm or hot to the touch. But no matter how high I turned it up, it wouldn't get warm or hot. The lights would come on, but there was no heat. So a few days later, I contacted the company and I let them know that my machine is malfunctioning or something, or maybe I'm doing something wrong, but it's not getting hot. I talked to a couple of people on their end. I sent them they asked for a video, if I could show them what the machine was doing, or not doing rather. And so I sent them a video showing them that no matter how high I turned it up, I could still touch it. I could still put my hands on it, and it wasn't hot. I showed them that everything was, properly connected. All of the connections in the back were, attached properly, and there was still nothing. They offered to walk me through replacing the motherboard. And they said it's really easy. They sent me a video of how to do it, how to take it apart. And to be honest, it didn't seem like it would be very hard, but this was a very expensive piece of equipment. I didn't want to take the chance that I would touch the wrong wire or do something to it. So I told them I'm not comfortable opening it up and, messing with the inside parts. And they said, okay, we will send you a replacement machine. Now, I fully expected them to say, okay, we'll send you a replacement machine. You have to pay to send the broken one back and, go through all these changes and all of that. And I was like, I just announced that I'm going to be opening a new business. I have people who have pre-booked appointments with me. I didn't want to wait to ship it all the way back, then wait another week for a new one. I just didn't want to go through it. Even though I'd be waiting either way, I just didn't want the headache. Anywho, they didn't even ask me to send it back. They sent me a new machine. It arrived in about a week and a half, and that machine worked perfectly. Now, with that being said, would I still order from them? Yes. Even with the back and forth, even with the malfunctioning machine that I had, the machine that was broken, I sold it to a company here in Houston that buys used beauty machines. I guess they fix them and recycle them or something, I don't know. But I sold them that machine. I didn't get what I paid for it, but I got something, because what was I going to do with it? Anyway, would I still order from the company? Yes, because even with the back and forth that I went through, even with the inconvenience, they still did everything that they could to try and help me. There was one point where I felt like they weren't responding fast enough. I didn't like that I could only reach people at night, and their website says, you know, it's 24-hour chat. But I chalked that up to, I'm like, well, it is COVID. A lot of companies have had to change their operating hours. They've had to cut staff and things like that, so they're not working around the clock. So I just drew my own conclusion that that's probably what was happening. So I gave them the benefit, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. Because there was a lot going on and I wanted to be fair. I wrote a scathing review. I basically almost called them scammers. But again, I think I was just overreacting, honestly, because I was already so scared from ordering from an overseas company. But like I said, now that I received the new machine, I have to say that they did everything that they could to assist me, including sending me a replacement machine without giving me a headache, and they really could have, and I really appreciate that they didn't. They're very friendly. They were very professional, even when I had a bit of a tude about everything that was going on. You know, they were still very professional and very patient with me. And I would have understood if they wouldn't have been, because I was being a little bit of a bitch and a brat. But you know, when you spend that much money, you're on edge. You know, you're not comfortable until it shows up at your door. You know, you want to be able to track it every step of the way. In any case, I trust the company. They earned my trust the hard way. I would recommend ordering from them. Like I said, they did everything they could to help me. I couldn't have asked for them to do any more than what they did. Since I have ordered 2 more machines from them, I ordered can you see this behind me? I ordered the NEMS machine, and I also have the vacuum therapy for, you know, doing the butt and the breast. I also ordered that machine, and I plan on ordering something else. I haven't made up my mind what, but I do plan on ordering something else from them. They're, like I said, so that's my recommendation. I would order from them. If I have to order from a company overseas, like I said, they've earned my trust the hard way. So I definitely trust them with my money and my order. If you're starting a new business and you don't know which way you should go, which company you should order with, I would say give them a chance. So, because I know how uncomfortable it can be when you're trying to make that decision. So I would say go for it. Okay, I'm not a paid spokesperson. I was not influenced any way to make this review. This is just my own personal opinion, and if you have any questions, feel free to write me and ask. All right, again, my name is Lola-butterflie in Houston, Texas, the Beautiful Body Shop, www.BUYOUBodyshop.com. All right, you guys have a good day.